Hello everyone, I want to thank you for coming to see our virtual field day. It's been a long summer here with the COVID and everything that's been going on. Unfortunately, we can't have a normal field day, but we're hoping to give you as much information we can. We've got a good group of people here. We're going through all our trials and everything, and I'm going to give you kind of a company update here. Some of you may have already met Ariel Schultz. She's a new employee that will be covering the Highway 2 zone for us. She's been on since this spring. She has an excellent background in ag, grew up on a farm, came out of the Palouse area, and now lives with her husband in Reardon. And she will be going up and down Highway 2, hopefully seeing all of you and getting to discuss your needs and what you need for the fall. I do have good news for those of you east of us. We've decided to open a new retail location in the Reardon. It'll be right across from the state scale there at Copenhagen Construction. We've made an arrangement with Copenhagen to use their scale and put in some Wheatland type bins to load there. We'll be able to blend there with a belt that goes underneath all the bins, and we'll load seed out there. This will be one of Ariel's main areas where she'll work. She'll be loading trucks there. We will also have people to help her when we get real busy there. We're excited to go into that area. The Harrington people are only about 20 minutes away, and of course Reardon is much closer in the Davenport customers. So we're hoping to provide you a good quality source of seed in that area, and we will be treating seed in both the Reardon and Almira location and taking it there. In the future, if it's a need there, we could also do an overtreat to add extra insecticide or other say seed fertilizers there, but we'll generally have a standard treat there. As far as returns in the area, as of now, we will be happy to take returns back in Almira from that area, or at the worst case, you can leave your truck and we can see if someone locally will take it off of your truck, but that would be more between you and them. We hope to provide the varieties that you're there. We're planning on having trials in that location in the future that you can visit with Ariel and go see those. So we're pretty excited about this new location, and we hope you will support it and make it successful. Thank you. I also wanted to mention that one of the things that we're really focused on providing you with the highest quality. And to do that, we've decided to upgrade some of the equipment. Many of this equipment has been, in the case of Almira, installed since 1989. So we'll have almost 30 years of use on some of this equipment, and it's getting kind of dated. And so we've made a decision to update that. In the Almira location, we're changing the air screen machine into a new Q-Sage machine, similar to the one we put in Tensed 3 years ago. It will have a bigger screening capacity, and so we feel we'll be able to put a higher quality product across the air screen machine. Also, in regards to better quality in the Rosalia location, we've changed out the indents. We put in larger capacity, which a much better product will be coming out of there. I know they've run some food barley through it already, and they found that they could separate all the half cracks out and did a wonderful job on taking some of the longer products out. So the indents have been a great success in the Rosalia. Also, new equipment we're talking about is we put a 110-foot scale in Almira. So the 32-foot scale has been kind of dated because that's been in since 1982, and many farmers have gone to larger trucks, to semis, and we're split weighing everything. And so now the 110-foot scale in Almira will relieve us of having to do that, and we can actually weigh incoming and outgoing trucks at a much more accurate and timely fashion without having to split weigh trucks. We've included a gift card. We unfortunately couldn't have dinner with you this year, so we got you a Costco gift card. So hopefully, instead of us cooking steaks for you, you can go and buy some steaks at Costco and then think of us when you get them home and cook them for the whole family. So thank you again for your business. We're hope to see you this fall, and hopefully we'll be out of the COVID and things will be back to normal for our next season. Thank you again.
Hey, my name is Ariel Schultz, and I am the newest addition to our agronomy and sales team here at McKay Seed Company. I grew up on my family farm in Palouse, Washington, and then went to WSU, where I got my bachelor's degree in field crop management. While I was there, I got to work with quite a few of the different research and breeding programs. I also interned with the Western Wheat Quality Lab and their variety testing program. Towards the end of my college career, I I interned and then ended up working full-time as an agronomist at another seed company on the Palouse before moving up here. I'm really excited to be here at McKay. I enjoy working with the team and getting to meet more of you, the farmers, and look forward to getting to work with you. My big goal here is I want to provide you with up-to-date and accurate information from not only our own research and the data that we find, but also keeping up with the universities and other private companies, other seed companies, other breeders, other chemical companies, and being able to get that to you guys. So I'll sort through the papers and watch the videos and then tell you what you need to know. If you have any questions or want to come out and look at any of the trials and walk through them, I'd be glad to help you out. Give me a call anytime or shoot me a text.
I'm Mike McKay. I work with Highland Specialty Grains and McKay Seed Company. I'm the Director of Research for Highland, so I do all the barley breeding for them as well. But most importantly, I try and provide the best quality data for you guys on your farms. Obviously, we do research here on Highway 2, and we're trying to expand the places that we test. So at all of our locations, we try and have 1 to 2 sites and just provide the highest quality and the best replicated trials that we can. So hope you enjoy the field trials that we have for you today. This is ARS Costella. This is the newest club offering. It's still a new variety for us, so we're still evaluating whether it's going to be one that we offer and grow here. It's a little bit taller, so it has really good emergence out of the winter, good disease resistance, maybe a little better stripe rust resistance than Crescent, but still a variety that we're evaluating for yield and test weight for this area. This is Crescent Club Wheat from WSU. Overall, a really good fit for those acres just south of Highway 2. It's a pound higher test weight than Briel, maybe not quite as good of emergence and stripe rust resistance, but it's really close to Briel. But overall, that big advantage comes in the test weight. Overall, just a really good fit for those acres. This is Pritchett Soft White Club Wheat. It's a really similar variety for winter hardiness to Briel. The test weight is about a 1/2 pound heavier than Briel. So overall, it looks like it's a pretty good replacement for that. The stripe rust resistance has been really good. Emergence is similar to Briel. So in a lot of ways, it's a really good fit to replace Briel on these Highway 2 acres. This is Westbred Keldon. This is one of the tallest hard red winners in the trial here. It's been a really good yielding variety, really good test weight, solid for protein over the last few years. The biggest shortfall of it is the stripe rust resistance. So guys had to spray it a couple times throughout the year for rust. It stands pretty good for its height. The biggest thing is the benefit is probably its winter hardiness, probably the best winter hardiness of the hard reds in the trial here. I think if you're not worried about stripe rust, it's a pretty good fit for Highway 2 if you're looking at hard red winter wheat. So this is actually a new variety from Highland Specialty Grains. We're known for our barley, but this is kind of our first step into offering a wheat. So this is a licensed product for us. It's really a good irrigated fit, #1 for yield in Moses Lake for us. Down in Pasco, it's been top 2 or 3. I think it's really going to establish itself in that area more than probably Highway 2. It's very similar for test weight and protein to Jet, but about 1 inch shorter, stands a little better. I think it's a really good variety for those hard red winter wheat acres there. Again, probably maybe not as good as Keldon for the Highway 2, just because of the winter hardiness isn't quite as good as Keldon. This is LCS Jet. It's a really good irrigated variety over the last few years. Yield and test weight's excellent with acceptable protein. It seems like just one of those varieties that has really established itself in the irrigated and high rainfall area. Really good hard red winter wheat option in that regard. Overall, probably not as good of a fit as Keldon in the Highway 2 region though. This is a new hard red winter wheat from WSU called Scorpio. I'm pretty sure that makes it passionate and determined, so it should be a pretty good fit for the irrigated acres. A little bit short for Highway 2, I think. Overall, really good protein and stripe rust resistance. I think it's probably going to be more adapted for irrigation. It was Washington 8268, but again, I think maybe Keldon might be a better fit for Highway 2 because of the emergence. But overall, a new hard red winter from WSU. This is WB 4311. I think this is a Midwest wheat that came over that seemed to yield really well, so it's got good adaptation, a big footprint that it can cover in acres. Similar to Keldon in height and stripe rust resistance, similar test weight. Overall, just seems like good replacement or might be a replacement in the future for Keldon. Overall, I think really good, reliable hardwood winter wheat option. This is Mila CL Plus. This is a 2-gene clear field out of WSU, so it's a back cross to Eltan. It's a little bit lower test weight and a little bit shorter variety than Curiosity, but overall it's supposed to have a little better winter hardiness than Curiosity. Overall, just similar in a lot of ways to Curiosity, maybe a couple bushels difference, and they might flip-flop from year to year, but overall I think it's a little bit more about if you need that extra winter hardiness or not with Mila. This is Curiosity CL Plus from WSU also. It's a 2-gene clear field, back cross to Eltan, sister line of Mila. It looks really good for yield overall in Highway 2. A little bit taller than Mila and had a little bit higher test weight as well. Overall, I think the emergence and the standability is really pretty good for a little bit taller variety. I think it's a good 2-gene clear field option for Highway 2. This is UI Magic CL Plus. This is a new variety for us here on Highway 2. It's a shorter variety, but overall it stands really well. Stripe rust resistance is really the only thing that seems to hold it back for growers. I think it yields really well, pretty good test weight. The winter hardiness is also something here on Highway 2 I'd be very careful of. Seems like with Mila and Curiosity, I think those have a lot better winter hardiness, but overall a really good yielder, and that's where it seems to make its fit.
So here we have Frost, which is a new line this year. It's from Varsity, Idaho, which is a collaboration between the University of Idaho and Lima Grain. It is going to be it's a good yielder, and it has good test weight, comparable to match those qualities. It has good stripe rust resistance, excellent winter hardiness, and that's where it gets its name from. But for snow mold resistance, it's going to be average, so it's not going to be as good as an Eltan or an Auto type.
This is Jasper from WSU. This is a really strong variety for Highway 2. Overall for the WSU variety trials, it's the #1 in the 3-year average. I think it was 117 bushel for the 3-year average. Really good stripe rust resistance, really good disease package. The thing that scared growers away is the test weight. Overall though, I think the blending ability that we have really takes away that risk, so I wouldn't let it scare you away just because it's a really good combination of emergence and disease resistance for Highway 2. This is Masami. This is one of the older varieties that we carry still. It's really been around for a long time, so I think it's one of those varieties that if a guy is looking for Masami, they know what to look for. I think there's some newer varieties that have some better disease resistance and better yield advantage. So I think if you are looking for Masami, we offer it, but there's some varieties out there that I think have a good fit to replace it. So this is a Auto Jasper blend that we put in the trial. We like to showcase some of the abilities that we have to do blends of varieties. This is just a really popular one that we had this last fall, and I think it puts 2 of the really well adapted varieties for Highway 2 together. We also have a Duet Jasper blend. Jasper seems to have a really good fit for yield. It's the #1 variety for Highway 2 in yield, so then we blend some of the more adapted, maybe taller varieties with it, and it creates kind of a synergy that we've seen that really balances those 2 varieties out, gives you some of the test weight advantage of Auto over the Jasper. So it's something that you can contact one of our sales guys about to see what kind of blending options that we have, and overall I think it's really exciting to see some of the results that we'll get out of these blends. This is Auto. This variety's been the staple for a lot of years in Eltan, so it's just a back cross to Eltan with foot rot resistance. Really middle of the pack for yield and rust resistance, but just a staple for emergence. Really comes out of the winter well. Really winter hardiness is its strength. Seems like it's a good blend for a lot of varieties just because of that history that it's had over the years with Highway 2. This is Norwest Duet. This is one of the taller varieties in the trial, but overall a really strong yielder. Has excellent emergence for Highway 2. Overall a really good disease package as well, so it has a good fit. It has a lot of straw and residue in the fall, so that could be the only issue, but overall a really good variety for blending and just fits really well in this Highway 2 region. This is Puma. This is a variety from WSU. It's a taller variety like Duet, but it doesn't seem to stand quite as well. I think overall pretty stable yielder, but again middle of the pack for for yield and rust resistance. It's probably going to need a fungicide in a heavy year. It looks like a pretty good blend variety. It's just a little bit tall for a variety that I would probably plant, but overall just a good variety. This is Resilient CL Plus. This is a backcrossed Madsen, another 2-gene Clearfield. It's a really good variety for many years over the Pacific Northwest. Overall, I think there's a few varieties that might fit better in the Highway 2 region, but if you've grown Madsen before and it's a variety that did well for you, this could be an option with that Clearfield trait. PLS, as you can see, is a pretty big problem with this variety, but it shouldn't affect yield or anything. Overall, just very similar to Madsen.
So these right here that I'm standing in, this is our seed treat trial. We're trying to do this and expand more into this as the company's staying on the cutting edge and trying to stay ahead of the curve. We want to move more, keep doing all the variety trials, but also extend farther out than that so we can be science-based and provide you guys with up-to-date and accurate information so you can make informed decisions, and we can also make informed decisions on what is best to add into our seed treat as it evolves with new issues that come up. Our seed treat specifically, we work with Alba, and that's who this trial is partnered with. Our seed treat for Highway 2 area, it has a blend that is specially formulated to target Fusarium, Rhizoctonia, and protect your seed and young plants from wireworms in the spring and in the fall. If you have any questions on the specifics with our seed treat package, or are curious or want to know how it compares to some of the other competitors in the area or in your areas, feel free to call me or any of the other salesmen and ask questions. We'd be happy to meet you and talk about it. A unique product that we have included in our seed treat blends is BioST through Alba. This is the 4th year that we've had that. We started using that in 2016. We added that in. It has a little bit quicker emergence, better root development, and that means your wheat plants can uptake nutrients more efficiently. There's a yield benefit. I don't know what the numbers specifically are in wheat, but in corn, when the BioST is added in, that's a 9-bushel benefit that you see, so it is significant. And in wheat, with the BioST, you have 7 to 10 days earlier row closure, so that's better